Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Conversation with Shenila, where we explore the ideas, leadership, and experiences shaping the future of project management. I'm Shenila Makhani, and I'm delighted to have you with us today. Artificial intelligence, AI, has become one of the most talked about topics in our profession. Every day, we hear that AI is transforming the way projects are planned, monitored, and delivered. Some believes AI will change the perception of project management. Other things is simply another technology trend that has been overhyped. So, where does the truth lie? Can AI genuinely help the project managers deliver better outcome? What can it do today or what it can't do? That's exactly what we are here today. I'm delighted to welcome Preeta Nair, project management consultant at AI Works Consult. Preeta, thank you so much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to have you on Conversation with Shenila.
Thank you so much, Shenila, for having me. Such an honor. We are meeting again virtually after what? Physically, we met 4 years ago
We
at
met
Vegas.
in December 2022 in Vegas, and after that, we are meeting here.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I still remember the Gordon Ramsay, what do you call that? The pie,
Yeah,
his favorite one.
great. So,
Yeah.
Preeta, before we dive into today's conversation, I would love our audience to get to know you a little better. So, could you please briefly introduce yourself, tell us about your professional journey, and share how AI became one of your areas of interest within project management?
Okay. All right. Thank you, Shanila, for having me. So just a bit of introduction about myself. I was always I'm Malaysian. I mean, yeah, born, bred, in and out, truly Malaysian. I'm proud of it. And I first started, I'm an accidental project manager. For the first few years of my life, I, I'm not going to expose my age over here. But the first few years of my life, I was in a factory environment. First started in glove manufacturing, then I went on to Philip Morris cigarette factory, and and right after Philip Morris, they had a bit of restructuring. And I went on to Weir Minerals, which is an oil and gas company. Was in UK for a short bit, and when I came back to Malaysia, I joined one of the government-linked companies in Malaysia. Over there, that is when all the while I've always been in manufacturing, and that's when I accidentally got into the digital side of things. I was like sort of tricked into heading this project, which is a national level blood bank information system project. And yeah, so that was my first foray into the digital realm. And after that, things started getting more interesting. COVID struck at that time. And right after that blood bank information system, then I started getting to a few more national level projects, a few hospital information system projects. And right after that, that is when I first started hearing about ChatGPT. In fact, I was one of the early adopters of ChatGPT 4 years ago. And today I am also the beta users for the mobile version of ChatGPT. So yeah, I'm one of the beta users. So all the latest releases, I would get to like experiment with it first. Well, I still don't know whether is that still applicable or not, but yeah, it was once upon a time. And yeah, so it first started off with a bit of obsession because my aim in life is just one thing. I want to be a very, very lazy person. And I will do my very, very best to see the easiest way to do things in the shortest amount of time. So even at that point of time, I explored a lot on Power BI. I explored a lot on Power Automate, things that can make it faster. But what really opened up my mind was when I first saw ChatGPT 4 years ago. And that time it was just basic conversational AI. But I knew even at that point of time, this is going to be a game changer. So even that at that time, I started thinking about how do you integrate AI into project management, and I started doing a lot of research in it. In fact, one of my master's topic was also in that, and I went on to come up with my own syllabus in managing AI in managing project management using artificial intelligence. How do you make your life easier? So it has been 4 years, and I just started getting obsessive with simple things like generative AI. Now I've learned Python coding, and now I'm more into agentic AI, things like MCP, agentic AI. So yeah, so a lot of things have happened, and here I am today, happy to explain more as throughout this conversation. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Preeta. It's always inspiring to hear how professionals, evolve and embrace emerging technologies throughout their career. So let's begin with the questions that's on everyone's mind. Artificial intelligence is everywhere today, from social media to boardrooms. So when people hear the phrase AI in project management, what do you think they usually imagine?
Well, someone who's very new to AI and project management, I mean, I have this categorizations. It's called 4C, for the curious, for the capable, and the other two C's I've actually forgotten about it, but it is my framework. So if you're first starting off with this AI in project management, the only thing that people can imagine is, oh, I will just put a prompt and ask it to come up with an output. So this is at the very beginning stage of AI. But today, especially with the latest advancement of AI, where you have Claude one day coming up with their latest version, and then the next week you have OpenAI coming up with their latest 5.6 version. So this has advanced us a lot more. But in terms of what people are used to, probably just coming up with with summarization. I mean, things like summarization, things like documentation, but not in a proper formatted method. But there is a lot more that AI can do. That there's a lot more that AI is capable with uh, compared to what it's being used today. Yeah.
Okay, so our conversation is, titled today is hype versus reality. So, in
Mhm.
your opinion, where does this hype ends and where does the reality begin?
Okay. So the most typical statement that everyone uses is AI going to take over my job as a project manager? That is the typical statement that I get in all of my all of my
Yeah,
talks, all of
it's
my
very common.
conversations. It's
People
very
usually
common.
ask this question a lot in the panel discussion, in the, usually normal conversations, in the networking sessions that,
Hmm.
am I needed anymore? I'm going to be needed anymore in the future. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay, so let me just put it this way. You have a choice of okay, for me, the hype is real. All right. Let me just give you a bit of because sometimes, right, when I am in this industry, like for the longest time, sorry, when I'm in this industry for the longest time, and recently, currently I'm in this particular project, and I have someone that is taking over my role in the project that I'm in. We are kind of doing the handover. So when okay, like for me, I'm just telling it as factually as possible. I use AI. I embed it at each and every part of my work, right? So as I'm doing it, so as I'm doing it, I'm a lot faster in the outputs and all that. And when the new project manager, he's a bit of an old school and he's a bit like sort of anti-AI. not to say anti-AI, he just knows that AI exists, but he's not completely embraced it. So he is the amount of work I get done in that span of time compared to him is a lot more. And he feels a bit intimidated because of the quality and the speed which I produce things. But there is nothing, I mean, this is something that everyone needs to be aware of. If you do not if you do not upgrade yourself today, if you do not future proof yourself, this is it's definitely going to catch up to you. So but there are certain aspects where AI is unable to replace you. Things like the human side of things like team cohesion, getting a psychological safe environment. Uh, for that, we have no idea. I mean, we know where AI puts their brains, but it's always good. People will all definitely trust a human more because they know exactly where the brains lie. And that psychological safety kind of environment, the human side of things, that part cannot be replaced by AI. Yeah, so that's my take on this.
That's an interesting perspective because many professions are excited about AI, but are
Mm,
also unsure how much of what they hear is actually achievable today. So
mm,
let's just move from theory to practice. Many project managers, are wondering where AI can genuinely make their work easier. So, from your
mm.
experience, which project management activities you think benefit the most from AI today?
Okay, I would say that AI helps in all stages of okay, because my point of reference is always our PM Box 6, where you got six you got your five process area. Planning, initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and control and closure. As a project manager, or at least this is my experience, I spend around 40 or maybe around 50% of my time in planning. All right. In my opinion, it is always good. This is where the AI would excel the most. All right. So AI does not replace a project manager's mind, but it just helps to speed things along. As long as you and your partner, as in your AI, would jive. So when it comes to planning, I also use AI as a sparring partner. I ask AI to come up with risks. And I mean, once I've already given it my plan, I would ask it to scrutinize and let me know how can I improve my output further. So when it comes out with further risk and issues or potential loopholes in my plan, this makes my plan a lot more efficient. And as you know, as the old saying goes, if you the better you plan, the better you I mean, as the better you get ready with your risk, the lesser issues that you have once you reach the execution stage.
Great. So, another question many profession ask is about tools. There's
Mm,
so many AI applications available today, right? Are there
mm.
any tools that you believe project managers should begin exploring?
Okay. So, so this is the cool part about AI, yeah. So once upon a time, I was a proponent for ChatGPT. All right, I was with ChatGPT all the way because I use ChatGPT in a very personal manner. Because sometimes, yeah, like but the thing is, with ChatGPT, it has a tendency to agree with you, at least the previous models. All right. And then as time passed by, Claude all of a sudden overtook the ChatGPT's capability. So I stopped my subscription to ChatGPT and I went to Claude. And then recently, the race has begun again. And now ChatGPT's latest model has taken over Claude's ability. But on top of all this, more important, because at the end of the day, right, this is a race of technology. Everyone is going to try to see who can go the furthest, right? But at the end, it benefits all of us because one day this guy is good. The next day, this guy is better. But we will all get the benefit. So my advice is, I am agnostic when it comes to AI tools, but there are certain tools that certain SaaS products that I use as a project manager, that currently those kind of tools, those kind of abilities are not available they're not available in current, what do you call that? Our conversational AIs like ChatGPT or Claude or Manus or Gemini, whichever models that you choose. So I would prefer to go, instead of looking at tools, I would prefer to go look at functions and pain points. One of the biggest pain points I have, because I'm in the IT line, right? So we have currently developed a system for the government. Yeah, we have currently developed a system for government. It's hosted online. So, whenever we are working with the government, we always need to make sure that there is proper documentation, and especially there is proper user guides, all right, like very detailed one. So previously, I mean, like all the projects that I did, we had to, it is a very troublesome process, because imagine taking a video, taking each and every snapshot, putting, the bubbles and pan and zoom and all that. That will take at least 1 month for one module. Okay. But today I am using specific SaaS tools. I'm not naming any names over here, that can automatically record with the caption and also convert it into a video. And whatever that requires zoom, it will automatically also come up with what is the instruction based on however that you click on the particular screen. So imagine once upon a time, this used to take me 1 month to complete one module. Today, it only takes me a matter of half an hour to complete the entire thing. And this includes the detailed user guide. This includes the video as well, and together with voiceover. And this comes out in a very, very professional manner. So when using this, I would ask you to look back at what is your biggest pain point, what is your biggest time wasters, all right? That provides low value, but there's a lot of work that is needed in order to achieve that. Yeah.
Very practical advice. So let's imagine someone watching us today, Preeta, and there's a project manager who hasn't really started exploring AI yet, right? Where
Mm.
should they begin?
Okay, so the basic thing that you need to ask is, how do you ask the right questions? So this is where the science of prompt engineering comes in. So there is a method to ask the right way, because rubbish in, rubbish out, right? So whenever I use my AI, people are always like so amazed, because the output that I get and the output that they get is very, very different. So but people continuously ask me, Preeta, what is your secret? What is your magic to getting like such a good output? And my reply is, there's no such magic. It is just that I've been working on this like for the past 4 years. So even without me expressively telling what I mean, because I'm a AI trainer also, right? My specialization is AI in project management. So what I do is I teach students how do you ask the questions the correct way. All right. But in my case, I have trained my model like for the longest time. So I don't need to give like very detailed instructions. It will automatically know exactly what I want by just giving a few key things that I need. Yeah. So the first step is definitely you need to understand how do you ask the right questions.
Okay, so Preeta, many project or managers or professionals also feel very overwhelmed, right, by how quickly AI is evolving, right? So, what
Mhm.
advice would you give to someone who wants to stay relevant without feeling that they have to master every new tool? comes into the market?
Okay. The thing about AI is why I really, really enjoy it. And because it's just so much fun. It is not something that people should take it like in a, oh, I have to do this. No, just take it as an experimentation.
Hmm.
Like you need to have fun with it. Okay, because okay, there is just two ways on how you can learn things. Number one is you are severely traumatized. You end up getting PTSD and you will learn a new skill like forever. That is option number one. Option number two is you take it in a very, very chill way. All right. You have loads of fun. And because as you go on having fun, your interest and your passion will automatically it is something that you will automatically get in time, right? And once you realize that thing is there is nothing to be intimidated about, because this is a you are not learning anything technical. This is considered a sort of, I mean, there are two pathways basically. One is code and one is no code. And you don't need to learn the coding version of AI, all right? Because we are all practical people and we are project managers, or majority of those who are in this call today. And yeah, so leave those technical part to those who are experienced in it. You don't need to do all that. What you need to do, you need to be very firm with your needs, which is number one, how do you become lazier? How can AI help me achieve my goal of becoming lazier but more efficient? So, whichever tools that help you with that, go for it. Experiment. Even if you do wrong, I mean, even if you make some mistakes, so what? Right? But if you want a formal way on learning, you can always go for courses that's out there. This is something that I specialize in also. But I mean, forget about me. There is also a lot of providers out there that provides this kind of this kind of courses, right? At least that will be like a spark to start your AI journey. Okay. Yeah,
It,
I hope that makes sense, Shanila.
it is actually. So now let's
Mm,
look ahead 5 years, right?
mhm,
From now. What
mm.
skills do you believe will distinguish successful project managers? Not today, look ahead 5 years.
What skills will distinguish successful project managers?
Hmm.
Well, the most important skill I would say is curiosity. If you think like whatever that you have learned now is enough, trust me, you are born in the wrong age. Maybe this would be applicable like maybe 30 or 40 years ago, but even like so you need to be always hungry and curious and willing to learn. So those who wants to remain stagnant, that is a very, very dangerous place to be. Yeah.
I really like that perspective because it reminds us that technology will continue to evolve, but quality like curiosity, adaptability, and continuous learning will always remain valuable. So,
That's
Preeta, before we move on with other, we can say questions and in our conversation, we have
mm,
received questions from our audience. So let's have it first. So, what difference project management plus Microsoft Office versus project management plus AI apps? Do we
mhm.
really need PM AI, project management AI? I believe professionals always, or at least follow the trend in technology, right? Let's say one day something new come in, say OI, we PMP need to create PMP OI.
Yeah. So, okay, let me just understand this question a bit deeper. What's the difference between PM with Microsoft Office versus PM with AI apps? Irul, have you experienced PM with Microsoft Office and Copilot? It is amazing. All right. Just day before yesterday, I was actually showcasing this co-pilot in AI. And all right, typically as a project manager, how long would you take to develop a very comprehensive plan versus actual, including all the transactions and the cost center? This would be, I would say, this would be around 8 interconnected tabs in Microsoft Excel, all right, including a dashboard. Okay, based on my experience, right? I'm just talking in very, very practical sense. Based on my experience, it would take at least like um 1 week plus in order to make that entire thing, with the tabs and the pivot tables and the formula that connects from one tab to another. It'll take 1 week for me to actually make sure that entire dashboard looks beautiful. But yesterday I did a 2 minutes demo with my participants, my class at that time. 2 minutes, and it produced a beautiful, I don't know whether I can show it over here or not. Is it, I mean, is it okay to share screens and stuff?
If you want to show something, yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, maybe I will show it later, lah, right?
okay.
So within 2 minutes, it managed to create something that is fantastic. Okay. And this was done, and Microsoft is already in that AI path. There is no two-way about it. And if you notice Copilot nowadays, I mean the latest Copilot technology, it has surpassed what it was like 3 months back. So to say what's the difference between PM and Microsoft Office versus PM and AI apps, I roll. Microsoft is in is has already embraced AI via their Copilot. So yeah, but if you are asking, typically, if you are just asking PM with Microsoft Office without their Copilot versus PM with AI apps, it's a lot of difference. It makes you a lot faster. If you want, after this, I'm happy to share some of the outputs, right, that I've done with AI. It's not like what you think. It's just like plain what do you call that, text. It's no longer like that. It is smart, it has predictive analysis, and it also comes out with a customized dashboards in your Excel itself, or whatever output that you want it to produce.
Great.
Yeah.
So, Preeta, before we receive other questions and talk about it, I would like to finish with something a little different. So, I call this Shanila's reality check. So,
Okay.
I'll read a statement and I would like you to tell us whether it's a myth or reality, and
Mhm.
followed by a brief explanation if required. So,
Is this a rapid fire question or?
no, rapid fire will come a little bit later. It's just, since our conversation, even, the title was the myth or reality. So I would really like to, there are certain statements, right? This has always been there. So let's have some reality checks on it and your opinion on them. So,
Mhm.
are you ready for that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, here you go. Our first statement: AI will replace project managers within the next 5 years.
No.
Myth or
It
reality?
it's a myth. It will not replace, but it will replace jobs that is low value added. So assuming today, if your job is the kind of task that an AI can complete, yes, then you can say, I mean, you will either need to be reskilled or yeah.
All right.
It comes with a disclaimer. Mm.
Sounds good. So
Mhm.
here is the second statement. AI generated project plans are ready to use without human review, a myth or reality.
Myth. Regardless, yeah. So even Microsoft, and also there's a lot of AI tools out there. You can say Monday.com, Asana, ClickUp. They have the ability to generate, like, your work breakdown structures, and also detail a list of activities. And it has also yeah, it has also come up to the accuracy where it can provide the dependency, like from one activity to another. But at the end of the day, it is unable to predict that how should I put it? The things that like for instance, there is something that usually at the year end, it'll be inconvenient. It wouldn't be very smart to schedule a lot of key events at that point of time. So those kind of adjustments needs to be overseen by a project manager. And definitely, I would not even let my PMO to develop the project schedule, let alone my AI. So what AI can do is just provide me the first draft, but it definitely needs the human in the loop, which is myself, before it gets released to the final version.
Makes sense. So, here's another statement. Project managers who ignore AI will struggle to stay competitive, a myth or reality.
A reality, 1,000%.
Okay.
So this is something that I mean just recently, as of this week, I have experienced it firsthand. I mean, I did mention to it because it just happened right in front of my eyes. I'm experiencing it as we speak. That's why I'm a bit emotional and passionate about this. Um, so this uh,
I hit the right spot.
yeah, I mean, what a timing, right? So yeah, so this guy, I mean, this particular project manager, he's very old school, and he is not used to. I mean, with all due respect, yeah, he didn't need to at during his time, right? And but even the clients have noticed the difference in the deliverables. Like once upon a time, when I was yeah, I've got a big problem. I need to learn how to let go. I used to be like, my deliverables used to be very, very fast, but now the pace has slowed down a bit. I mean, when during this handover period, yeah, so that is that was like a very obvious north and south kind of comparison. By the way, yeah, I am not saying anything about, I mean, no disrespect to anyone. I'm just saying, like, factually, I see a huge contrast when someone who is familiar and comfortable with the technology versus someone that is not.
Actually, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
And it's a fact. No one can change that. So, here is another statement, right?
Mhm.
AI understands stakeholder emotions just as well as humans.
Well, to be fair, they have sentiment analysis.
Hmm.
And to be fair, sometimes I share more with my chat GPT compared to my husband. Because my chat GPT will just agree with me and my husband will have will be
So you
debating
better
with
now.
me. Okay, but with all seriousness aside, um, okay, it okay, especially when it comes to certain models, it has a tendency to please its masters. I mean, before the uprising, at least. Yeah, so it will say things to make you happy, and that would give you the wrong impression whether you're doing the right thing or not. So it is always good to have a human
Min
to do the
judgment.
check and balance.
Okay, so for you, it's a myth.
Yeah, for me, it's a myth.
Okay, so it's another one. The biggest value of AI today is reducing administrative work rather than making strategic decisions. Myth or reality?
Absolutely a reality. For me, leave the strategic decisions to the human beings. Let the my sweet spot for the usage of AI is something that is very repetitive and something that is it takes a long time, right? So just an example over here today, I was actually arguing with some of my, I'm not arguing, I was having a conversation with my clients, all right? So they have quite a number of use cases. Oh yeah, for your information, I'm also consulting for some AI based projects. All right. So there's quite a number of use cases. And one of the best use cases that would you see like tremendous application of AI is currently the front counter, the front office people have to accept manual forms, right? So AI actually helps to read via like OCR, the optical vision, and convert it to text and automatically put it inside and digitize it automatically. All right. So if this was done manually, this would take around 15 minutes per form. All right. But because the person has to manually type it in. But
Hmm.
since this is done by AI, it will only take a mere 2 minutes for that entire transaction to be over. So yeah, I hope so my take here is, but who is the one that actually made the strategic decision to use AI for this particular function? Was it the AI? No, it is the human
Yeah.
that said that AI, you do this.
Yes.
So the strategic decision has to come from the human, while the low administrative task, let it be uh, let it be done by the AI.
Great. So the last statement
Mhm.
of myth or reality, prompt engineering will become an important skills for project manager.
Definitely. It's a reality. In fact, I've even seen some jobs for prompt engineers, job postings for for prompt engineers. And it's no rocket science. It's not that tough. Like what people imagine. It's simple as long as you know the trick to it. And the most important part is the best way to start is by starting. But it'll be good if you have a proper person to guide you what is the correct way to do things, because it makes a lot of difference to the output that you get.
That was great because it has given the clarity in this segment to help separate perception from reality on many things. So because
Mm.
I collected these statements from different people who are in the field and what they think, right? So this is actually from the people, and I think they would have received the responses from them. Uh, so now it's time for one of my favorite parts of every conversation, our rapid fire round. One word or one sentence answers only. So are
Mm.
you ready, Preeta?
Okay, I'll try. Wish
Okay.
me luck.
All right. So one AI tool every project manager should try.
ChatGPT.
One project management activity AI saves you the most time on.
Planning.
One AI myth you wish would disappear.
That AI is tough.
One skill AI can never replace.
Being human.
One habit every future ready project manager should develop.
Ability to be flexible and
One word.
agile.
Okay.
Oh, agile. Being
Agile.
agile.
Okay. So, one word that describes the future of project management.
Automated.
Fantastic. So, Preeta, before we conclude, if every project professional watching today remembers just one message from this conversation, what would you want that message to be?
Okay. So, whenever you are using AI, which is artificial intelligence, make sure that you use your own actual intelligence, AI. All right, both are also AI. But the thing is, the important thing to remember is AI will not replace you, but it will help you to make decisions faster. So do not be afraid. The best way to start is just by starting.
Thank you, Preeta. That is a wonderful message to end on. So, as we wrap up today's conversation, here are my three biggest takeaways. The first one, artificial intelligence is not replacing project managers, it is empowering them. The second one I think I would take as a takeaway is technology can improve efficiency, but leadership, communication, critical thinking, and human judgment remain at the house of, or at the heart of, I would say, successful projects. And finally, the future belongs to the professionals who are curious, as Preeta said, enough to learn, adaptable enough to evolve, and confident enough to embrace change. Preeta, thank you once again for sharing your knowledge and practical insights with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure having you on Conversation with Shenila.
Thank you, Shenila, for having me.
And everyone who joined us, thank you for being part of this conversation. I would love to hear your perspective. What has been your biggest learning about AI in project management? Share your thoughts in the comments. We would love to continue the discussion. If you enjoyed today's episode, please share, like, and subscribe to the channel for more conversation with industry leaders, practitioners, and change makers from around the world. Until next time, I'm Sheila Makhani, and this has been another episode of Conversation with Shinila. Keep learning, keep leading, and keep the conversation going. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye and take care.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.